Spencer. Let's go and have some adventures. Let's go and have some adventures with Thomas. Let's go and have some adventures. Sodor's a fun place to be. Sodor's greatest adventures. Sodor's greatest adventures.
Halloween had approached to the island of Sodor. All the engines liked Halloween. As well as some like to dress up. Not all engines can dress up though. However, the engines on Sodor do like to play spooky tricks, as well as tell spooky stories, or even have a party. However, there was a party at Nafford for Halloween. The STEAM team, the former members, was Oliver and Duck, the Scottish twins, and Bill and Ben were there. They were at the party. Everyone was chatting to themselves. James, Henry, and Bill and Ben, however, were talking about when they stopped Diesel and Larry and Bud from their ghost trick. We got them good with the trucks, said Bill. Aye, said Ben, we did. We got them good without growing the dog paints, said Henry. Yeah, said James, really good. Well, as long as we all work together as a team, said Edward. Yes, said Duck, like the Great Western way. Oh, you're never going to stop at that, will you, said Oliver. Now, said Toby, it's Halloween. Agree, said Nia. At the far side of Nafford, everyone to themselves. Oh, said Spencer. So I heard you and James thought you saw a ghost, and the two of you crashed together one time, said Spencer. And Rebecca almost crashed into you if it weren't for the rest of the other STEAM teams. Oh yes, said Gordon. That was a year ago, said Gordon. That's all forgotten now. I said Donald. I still remember when me and Dougie went to Castle Locked. I said Dougie. Oh, it was very spooky out there. Oh, said Rebecca. Must have sounded scary. Huh, said Emily. Thank goodness I wasn't there. I'm not scared of nothing, said Emily. Gordon chuckled. What about the flatbeds of fear? He said. Or what about the time when you dressed up as a ghost, said Thomas, and you couldn't see, and you chased me and Ari and Bert all the way to the sheds? Emily rolled her eyes. Huh, well, you were scared, or maybe the time when you got scared because you saw a ghost in Scrapyard where you, Duck, and Percy were working on that night. Percy chuckled. Or what about when you got scared of the haunted mines? Or about Gator? Hey, said Percy. Yeah. Alright, now, said the Fat Controller as he stepped out of his office. That's enough. Enough of scary stories, he said. Now, it's come to me that there's a very important train waiting at Nafford Harbour. What is it, sir? Asked Spencer. Apparently, it's some Halloween supplies for the Halloween party we're having here. So, said Fat Control, it's at Nafford Harbour. But unfortunately, the line that you usually go to Nafford Harbour is a bit, out of service. It's getting a rebuild. So, there's this mysterious forest that used to be part of a harbour branch line one time. Can tender engines fit on it? Asked Donald. Yes, Donald, they can, said the Fat Controller, including tank engines. It's a little branch line that used to be on Sodor, known as the Nafford Harbour branch line. We're used from Nafford Harbour, and it will run through some fuel stations like Nafford Station, for example. But since we got more engines, the line went out of service. Since that's until more branch lines like Thomas's was built, or like Duck's, or James, or Edward's. Little Arthur's branch line. The list goes on, said the Fat Controller. So, I decided to change that we'll be picking up the delivery. Thomas, Spencer, and Rebecca, I need you two to go to Napa Harbor and down through that mysterious forest on that old branch line from Napa Harbor and collect the goods. Yes, sir, said the three engines, and the factor walked away. Hey, there's nothing to be scared about, said Emily. I guess you're right, said Rebecca. But why would we do me a ghost engine? Ghosts don't exist, said Spencer. Of course not, said Thomas. Now come on, you two. We have a delivery to pick up. See you later. Bye, said the other engines, as Thomas, Spencer, and Rebecca puffed away to collect the important train. Soon they found the old line down on the old Nafford Harbor branch line. It was a forest, and it was a bit spooky. Thomas and Spencer slowed down. They decided to play a little trick on Rebecca. With that, they shot forward. Boo! Wah! Said Rebecca. She raced forward. Boo! Said Thomas. Wah! Said Rebecca. Thomas and Spencer laughed. You two silly engines, she said. You almost derailed me there. Stuff and nonsense, said Spencer. Yes, said Thomas. We're only just playing a trick. But don't do that. Would you like if someone did that to you? Said Spencer. I just we'll never be afraid of it. Yes, said Thomas. Whatever, said Rebecca. Let's just get to the harbour. But as they went through the spooky forest, as they started to leave, there was a few spooky things. Spencer was starting to become a bit worried about the forest. Maybe Rebecca's right, but I have to prove Thomas that I am not scared, he said. Soon they were finished passing the old forest line as trains collected their trains. When Bell rode up, he was helping with the repairs on the tracks going from Nafford Harbor to Nafford. Hello, you three, he said. Oh, hey, Bell, said the three engines. What are you doing? I'm helping with the repairs from the tracks going from Nafford Harbor to Nafford Station. Will you be at the party later tonight? Said Spencer. Yes, I will, said Bell. Well, like to see you're picking up some Halloween supplies for the party, right? We are, said Rebecca. And we had to go down this old branch line through a forest, said Thomas. But me and Spencer weren't scared, were we, Spencer? Toy. No, we won't, he said. But Rebecca was, said Thomas. Rebecca rolled her eyes. Oh well, said Belle. We all get scared of something. Now, I better deliver with these huge tracks to repairs. And what's with the fuel for? Oh, just to give me some fuel, in case I run out, said Belle. Just have the fuel nearby to refuel myself. Now, better go. Goodbye, you three. See you later tonight. See ya. And Belle went off. Then the workman came over. You have to take your trains down the old branch line again, he said. Rebecca was horrified. Said Thomas. You may not be able to pick up, but me and Spencer will. Right, Spencer? Spencer shook. Yes, he said, we would. Good, said Thomas. Let's go then. And Thomas puffed away. Spencer spoke to Rebecca. I'm so what happened earlier, Rebecca, but you're right. It is a bit spooky after all. You mean the old branch line? Yes, said Spencer. The forest and everything. You're right. I only played that trick so I could prove to Thomas that I am not afraid. You know what tank engines are like. I know, said Rebecca. Come on. Let's just get back to Natford. And Spencer followed. Soon the three engines were back on the branch line. It was much more spookier now while they were getting there. Then Rebecca shook, and so did Spencer. So, come on, you two, said Thomas. We're almost there. Thomas looked at Spencer. You're not scared, are you? Spencer shook. No, I'm not, said Spencer. I am not scared at all. All right then, said Thomas, as he puffed on. Spencer and Rebecca puffed out to Thomas. I thought you were fast, Spencer. Well, yes, but on the branch line, fast engines can go down. Same with you, right? Since you also pull the express. True, said Rebecca. Just then they heard a strange voice. Woo, woo. What was that? Said Rebecca. Spencer looked. I have no idea. Then something else also heard. Ee! Whoa, said Spencer. I hope that they get my nice little super paint. Oh, I don't think this is gonna work well, said Rebecca. Spencer and Rebecca looked around as they heard all sorts of different creatures. They didn't know that it was just animals like an owl and a bat. They also heard other funny noises. It was like a deer or a rabbit or a squirrel. But the two engines was getting scared. They heard more voices. We have to run. What if Aaron Butterleaves are putting their trick again? Run for it, said Spencer. So as two engines raced on, Thomas was puffing ahead of them when Spencer and Rebecca raced by. Run for it, Thomas, said Spencer. That spooky thing is coming after us, said Rebecca. Thomas was puzzled. What are you on about? He said. When Thomas heard the strange sounds, like an owl and a bat, including other sort of creatures, they were just animals. He stopped. Oh dear, said Thomas. I think Spencer and Rebecca mistake them wrong for ghosts. Said Thomas. I better get after them. As Thomas steamed away. Meanwhile, Spencer and Rebecca stopped in a small siding. The two of them didn't move. Oh, said Rebecca, this is kind of like that strange forest. Well, Emily crashed one time, and James followed her with Fuzzy, and Spencer, and you had to bring Julie and Jerome. I know, said Spencer. This could be the same forest where Neil went with Annie and Clara one time when she knew numbers, as I heard, said Spencer. Just then a whistle was heard. Oh no, it's the ghost train, said Spencer and Rebecca. But it was just Thomas. It's just me, you two, he said. Spencer and Rebecca looked. Oh, you're right, it's just you. Are you two feeling okay? Said Thomas. Rebecca and Spencer sighed. Oh, Thomas and Spencer, I should have told you I am not as brave as you. Thomas was puzzled. What do you mean? He said. He told everything about the journey. So you were just pretending you were brave? Yes, but after we came out of that forest for the first time heading to Nafford Harbour, I kind of got scared. And I was afraid to go back down this line, so I was with Rebecca. And I was very scared until we heard those strange noises, said Spencer. Thomas was surprised, but they were just owls and bats, including deers and squirrels and rabbits. Spencer and Rebecca were shocked. Are you telling me they're not actually, ghosts? No, said Thomas. Why do you think of that? Well, people can be like that, you know, said Rebecca. Thomas smiled. Oh, it's all right to be scared, said Thomas. And I'm sorry for playing that trick on you, Rebecca. Same here, said Spencer. Rebecca smiled. It's fine. I'm sorry I didn't told you two I was scared at first. Even I was, or whatever. Same here, said Spencer. Thomas smiled. But we all know from our mistakes, said Thomas. I used to be scared before you two came to Sodor. Like that time when Percy dressed up as a ghost. I was scared. But don't tell Percy that. Why not, said Spencer. Let's just say he thought he did scare me. I lied to him, I didn't. But you do realize it's okay to tell him, right? Yes, said Thomas, I know. I also got scared when Emily was as a ghost and me and Emily both raced down the tracks. Or even when I got scared in that scrapyards when me, Percy, and Duck went to work at the scrapyards one night. But I also scared other engines, like that one time I scared Diesel when me and him were working at the flour mill. Oh, said Spencer, that sounds a bit spooky. I thought Diesel were never scared of anything, but it seems he was scared of you, wasn't he? Yes, all because I got covered in flour, said Thomas. So you see, it's okay to be scared. I even scared Percy one time when I was taking the Chinese dragon. Rebecca and Spencer laughed. Oh, sounds spooky. Yes, said Thomas, it does. Come on, you two. Let's just get out of here. We could tell everyone else about what happened then. Lead the way, Thomas, said Spencer. Yes, said Rebecca. And Thomas did so, as Spencer and Rebecca followed. The Fat Controller was waiting outside Knapford. But Percy went to sit beside Emily to make way for because Spencer was coming on his track. As including Donald to make way for Rebecca to get on to the platform beside Gordon as Thomas steamed him first, with Spencer and Rebecca following. As the three engines puffed in with the Halloween supplies. As the other engines were delighted they made it back. Bear was also there. You made it, he said. So how was the spooky branch line? Said Donald and Doug together. Was it spooky enough? Said Henry. And before you ask, said Bill, we didn't put any tricks on that line. I said Ben, we didn't. And well, at least Steve and I and Bud didn't do anything this time, said James. They were not there, right? No, they weren't, said Thomas and Spencer and Rebecca together. Oh, that's good, said Duck. Yes, said Edward, indeed. So what happened, said Neil. Did anything bad happen? Said Toby. Do you got scared or anything? Said Oliver. Rebecca, Thomas, and Spencer smiled. It's a long story, said Spencer. We'll tell you why we're getting unloaded. The Fat Controller walked up. Well done, you tree. I'm glad you made it back safely, said the Fat Controller. You were very brave to go through that forest. It's all thanks to Thomas, sir, said Spencer. Me and Rebecca were terrifying. I thought we were not scared of nothing, Spencer, said Gordon. Well, everyone can be scared of something, Gordon. Couldn't agree more with you, said Gordon. I suppose it doesn't matter if I was scared. Spencer smiled. Yes, said Rebecca. Thomas showed me and Spence that it's okay to be scared. He even said that he was scared himself. Like that night at the scrapyard with him, Percy, and Doug as he told us that. Or even when he got chased by Emily as a ghost with an alien bird, said Spencer. The Fat Controller smiled. Well done, Thomas. I'm glad you'll teach it to some younger engines about your history on the railway. You're welcome, sir, said Thomas. He was happy to help Spencer and Rebecca. Now, while you three are getting unloaded, we may start the party. Everyone was happy. After a few speeches, the Fat Controller declared the Halloween party to go on as workmen would unload stuff from the trucks that Thomas, Spencer, and Rebecca bought for the Halloween party, as everyone talked and told spooky stories. Thomas, Spencer, and Rebecca talked to each other about tonight, as well as some spooky stories. You know what, Thomas, said Spencer? You are truly the number one, and you always will be. Thomas smiled. Thanks, you two. I'm glad to help you two to go over your fear about it's okay to be scared. And you can scare me one time if you want. Spencer and Rebecca chuckled. Well, we couldn't got here without you, said Spencer. Agreed, said Rebecca. Thomas smiled. Spencer and Rebecca have known that it's okay to be scared, even if someone plays a trick on them, or hear you spooky story, or if the ghost story that's very spooky. But I think Thomas has taught them that it's okay to be scared, and I think Thomas knows it's okay to be scared himself. Don't you agree?
Let's go on and have some adventures with Tom and Noel. It is when so those greatest adventures, so those greatest adventures.